The death toll in the devastating floods in the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro in the Eastern Cape has now risen to 10, with one person still missing. Police retrieved the 10th body, that of a female victim, from the Swartkorps riverbank. She and her friend went missing when their car was washed away. The vehicle was found submerged in the water. 3 more people have died in the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality in East London, bringing the total death toll following the flood in the province to 13. Yesterday, government stakeholders, including President Cyril Ramaphosa, visited the flood-affected areas in order to fast-track some of those relief efforts. Well, SABC News reporter Ntombozuko, Balintulo, and video journalist Zamukhanyo Mendile join us now for a live update. Ntombozuko, a very good afternoon to you. So what is the latest situation now on the flood relief efforts in the Eastern Cape? Has there been any headway in ensuring that some of those roads are accessible in order to allow those rescue teams into the area?
Afternoon. We are at the Swartkorps riverbanks in Kariga. We've been here for quite some time in the morning, and when we arrived, we could see some family members are here just to, I think, just to find hope in terms of finding the body of the missing woman. We know that yesterday there was one body that was recovered, and it was also just came to us that these 2 females that are actually, one that was found yesterday and the one that is actually being looked for today, are from a college in the area. And I'm going to quickly just check with you where we currently are with our camera guy who's going to just see. So from what we can hear is that the car was found just under this bridge, but we could not see it because it was just right under the water. And also, if you go straight down from the bridge, you could see that there's water flowing down. That's where they believe that this way I believe that the body of the female from yesterday was actually found there. And also we went down straight by the riverbanks, and we also just came across the divers, the search and rescue team. They are still actually continuing, searching for this missing woman.
Now we understand, Ntombozuko, that yesterday the president was in the area and had actually promised those affected by the floods that provincial government would be prioritizing the needs of those that were affected. So what is happening in this regard? Have you seen any of the provincial leadership as well as disaster management teams in the area?
No, we haven't seen any of the officials, but what we did when we got here this morning, we went to one of the student accommodations that were the promise that they were going to stay at, and we know that close to 120 people are actually at the student accommodation. But what I can tell you is that they're really not impressed with the situation, because they told when I even went inside the student accommodation, you could see that the places has no running water, the toilets are broken, they have no curtains, and they also told me that they haven't had food since last night, when they were taken from the community hall, and they were taken to the student accommodation. And when we spoke to some of the residents, they say they actually prefer where they were earlier, which was at the church, because they know that they will actually have warm food.
And in terms of what's happening weather-wise, in Ntombozuko, yesterday you were speaking to an expert there who was actually urging communities to heed all those weather warnings. So what is the current situation there? Has the weather ceased enough in order to allow some of the humanitarian aid to be brought into the area?
The weather is quite clear. The sun is out. I think even yesterday, actually, it was much better than it was in the past couple of days. So I think people now have access to coming to the roads, and we can see from the other roads, from the other side, they're actually starting with just picking up the pieces and making sure that they fix where they can.
All right, we're going to leave it there. And of course, I understand you are supposed to have a guest with you in Ntombozuko, so we'll definitely try during the course of this bulletin to be in contact with you and see what you can bring us in that regard. And Ntombozuko there, Balintulo, SABC News reporter on the flood affected areas out in the Eastern Cape.